Greetings Aries, a warm welcome. Hey, thanks for joining me guys. This is your July 2021 tarot reading with me, or look into the psychic collective conscious energies. We've crossed the halfway threshold of the year, and in that halfway point almost exactly we had two very strong eclipses, the first on the 26th of May, the second on the 10th of June. Now that happens to only be a very minor part of everything else that is collectively going on through the astrological profiling that affects us all at the collective, the individual, but also affects Gaia herself. And I think a lot of us forget that if we're living on her and she is a living being and we experience these changes in life, so too does she. So know this more than anything, that the changes we're experiencing ourselves are also being felt at the planetary level. And like everything, we don't go backwards in time, we're always moving forward and into the future. So these changes that are coming now, I see them as being, which is logical, everyone must see the same thing, that they're taking us to places we've never been before. So as we transition into the age of Aquarius as well, on top of all these intense planetary alignments and big changes and cyclical changes, we have to understand that what we're experiencing and going through is really, really major. So some people will feel that at the personal level and feel kind of stresses. They will feel themselves becoming very different. They will feel their lives around them different. It's not all bad, it's progression. It's the natural selection of life and how we move forward and the story of evolution. So as we move into July, we are moving into a period where we have a lot of planets in retrograde. Now, after me having just spoken about the fact that we are always moving forward and we don't ever go backwards, retrograde planets are of course going backwards in time or appear to in motion. So this period of time from these eclipses in June, which have been very intense and have brought about much desire for change, even if we don't feel it ourselves, there's change around us occurring. There is going to be a period of time where we are looking back, possibly to self-correct things that we may not have done right, or that we wish we had changed or hadn't done or had done. So there will be a bit of reflection that goes on as we traverse through these retrograde planets, and some of them are big planets that are going retrograde, like Neptune and Saturn. So they again have fairly deep intensity behind them, but I think they're very personal. So you'll feel it at a personal level that may come out in your day-to-day life, but it may be more internalized. With that in mind, let's start your reading. This is a full tarot deck. It's the Star Chakra deck. This is the Energy Oracle deck, and this is the Chakra Insight Oracle deck. So I will put these two to the side first over here, and we will start with this deck. So this is for Aries for 2021 July. What is in store for them? The Three of Wands, the Ace of Coins. We'll take this one as well because it's really stuck itself out there. The King of Swords. Interestingly enough, he was on the top of the deck when I started shuffling, and I looked at him and thought, oh, I wonder if he'll turn up, and sure enough he has. So he must have something to say. He may be an air sign person or an air sign rising or moon. The Knight of Swords, perhaps his contemporary in life or a family member. Oops, there's another couple that have shot off over here. The Ace of Swords, so a whole lot of swords cards all in a row. So these could be referencing air sign people. The Eight of Wands. We'll keep going. This is for Aries for July. There's a whole lot that came out over here off the screen. You couldn't see it, but I'm inclined to not use all of them. We will shuffle and perhaps just pick the first couple from the top. The Princess of Swords, the Four of Wands. There's another one sticking out there. I'll take that. Princess of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So a lot of court cards. There was someone else that had a lot of court cards as well. I can't quite recall who it was now, but if we put these court cards together, perhaps the Princess of Swords upside down, she's similar to these lot over here anyhow, these court cards or this air sign energy. She could possibly mean slight delays in something that you're wanting. She and her sibling, perhaps a brother, the Knight of Swords, are very similar in as much that they are wanting to start something through the act of communication. So this can be quick-fired communication, it could be written, it could be verbal, it could be about writing, it could be about the need to read something, it could be about contracts coming in, it could also be about starting something up in the mind, so activating the mind, because of course the air sign energy is all about thoughts and communication. So there's this possibility with those as well. And given that she's upside down or in reversal, it just might be that there is something that you might have been wanting to do or start or been waiting on, and perhaps there is a delay of some sort. I noticed too with these air sign energies, and you do have this ace as well, but it's not a court card. There's so many different color representations, meaning many areas of the chakra are being invoked by these sword energies. So this is the base and sacral chakra because it's a combination of red and orange. You can sort of see it's just a little bit lighter than these two over here. This is the heart chakra, which is the green side. This is the communication, and this is the third eye chakra. So a lot of different activations of the chakras through this area that might be about communication or talking or writing or receiving something or forming something or contracts being drawn up. It could also be just communication with people, and it might be that these people, these air sign people, whether they're sun, moon or rising, may be playing a role in your life. They may be pertinent to ideas or concepts or things that are going on. They could be part of the communication plan or part of the writing or documentation that you might receive as well. They could be family members, they might be friends, you know. He could be a potential employer, or he could be like a lawyer as well, because often that is perceived as to his type of job that he could be in. I note too there are two dogs down here, so maybe pets might be affected one way in the month of July as well. So I've kind of rushed into that because I was trying to gather all your court cards together, but these swords ones seem to be sticking together. So are they a specific event or a specific group of people who are on their own that's not so much associated with the rest of everything else that's going on over here? Have they segregated themselves or moved aside somehow? Let's see, we've got the Queen of Wands and the Princess of Wands, and again these are like relatives. This is the mother-daughter type thing. Eight of Wands, Ace of Coins and Three of Wands. So we've got these two here, the wands, the fire, the passion, the creativity, representative of your own sign if you like, the fire sign energy and also other fire signs. And then we have these three here. So you have 5 court cards that have come in your reading. So the court cards can represent people turning up or dealings with these people one way or another, but they can also represent the energy that surrounds them, such as things like ideas, concepts, communication, documentation, thoughts, contracts, instigating things in a fiery, quick way, sometimes tempestuous discussions going on, especially with the swords. These two over here can represent your creative zone, power, passion, careers. Both the Queen and the King, they could be partners in life, and they maybe have these people around them that they are guiding or looking after or mentoring. They could be family members, as I said before. But both the King and Queen, if we look at them in terms of their journey through the tarot deck, they represent the height of their accolades within their particular realm. So the Queen of Wands, she represents the peak of the Wands energy. The King of Swords, he represents the peak of the sword energy. So they are honoured, they are respected, they have come a long way, they have learned a lot, they know how to do things, they have gained a lot of knowledge. So in terms of this for your reading, you could be being represented by these court cards, saying that these type of energies are around you, that you are well represented and you have attained a series of high-end accolades to do with the Wands energy, which is passion, creativity, ideas, concepts. And this one, because she is youthful, she is again the beginning of something that is passionate, excited. It's coming into life, it's taking formation, it's creating new energies. So the princesses, well, turn her up the right way anyhow, and the knights and the aces, of which you have two, are all about new beginnings. So these four technically could go together. Now that's why I'm saying when you get a lot of court cards, the readings really do take quite a different shape, because there can be so many different perspectives that we could be talking about. But if we've moved all these new beginnings into place, which are the princesses and the aces, and again we've got another sword, and this one is the Ace of Coins. The greens represent the heart, right? They represent emotions. So I'll move this in a little bit for you, so you can perhaps look at the cards. So the emotions and the heart chakra is when we become passionate about something. It's when we are fired up, or we've got ideas, or we're excited. So this could be a time of new excitement, new ideas, moving into something new. And it could be around your career, because that's what the wands can represent. It could be that you are becoming very creative and being fired into some sort of passionate concept around something. It could be that communication or ideas equally have been a blend of this and are harmonizing together and creating this green aura of passion in your life through the heart chakra energy field. It could be that for some of you the heart chakra is being activated, and this in turn is where we feel love, emotions, compassion, joy, unconditional love, and love for ourselves. So regaining personal strength or personal ideas, or feeling the flow of life. So you can see how this can go on and on in many different directions. And I don't know that we can sit here and do this, forever, because this is a general reading. But if we come to the Ace of Coins and the Ace of Swords, again, putting this beneath her, the Pentacles and the Wands can very much represent creative ideas and opportunities and new beginnings around a career sector, because she's career and Pentacles are often considered career as well. But of course the Pentacles can mean money. They can mean, what are you doing with your money? How are you investing it? Are there new ideas or concepts around your money and what you do with it? Is there new money coming in? Are you going to get a bolster in the realm of coins or material wealth? And because these two are red, this is referring to the base chakra energy field, which is about your home, about your soul tribe, about your finances, and about your career. So there is plenty in here about ideas, about passion, about excitement, about new beginnings, about new awareness. To receive two aces is a really marvelous gift. It is, everyone wants an ace, and everyone wants a couple of the other special cards that are in the deck. But these are great omens to start this month of July with. Now, the Ace of Swords often comes about when you have gone through something and you have actually been trying for some time. It's been arduous, but finally there is light at the end of the tunnel, and you can see the aha moment, and you go, yay, it's worked, it's coming through, it's about to happen. So I call it the ace at the cost of something else. An example could be a divorce, right? So you might have been separated for some time and finally the divorce papers come, and that's what this ace is like. It can be the dissolution of a company you might have formed with someone and the dissolution papers come through. It can be finding success after a long time of hardship. It could be becoming qualified in a career field or at the end of a university course when you've been working at it hard for many, many years. That's the type of thing that the ace also represents, the Ace of Swords. So given that we had all of these sword energies in your reading, there's no doubt that that means activation, it means energy, it means things being fired up, it means passion, it means ideas, but sometimes it can mean things are a little bit combustible, especially that's what swords represent. But they do represent ideas as well. So I think July is a fiery month for you guys, and there's lots of people around as well, because if we look at this construct from people as opposed to situations, because if we look at this idea of these being people as opposed to just situations, removing the aces, then we have quite a few people around you, some of which could be yourself. This could be you, the Queen of Wands, acting in a way that is at the top of your game type thing. Quite often a good hostess, someone who supports others, nurtures them, gives them ideas, offers compassion and love as well. So they might be family members, people you are working with in the community, or people you are working on a project with. So I think we've covered off most of those concepts. There's just these 3 cards here. And what I am pleased to see for you guys, which hasn't been the same for a lot of other astrological signs, you've got a good quotient of different colors coming through the chakras. So you've got yellow, the orange, the red, the green, the purple, or the crown chakra, the third eye chakra, and the blue through the throat chakra. So I think you have got every color, 7 of them. This one here is great inner strength being regained, and again but that's through the color I'm referring to, yellow, which is the solar plexus chakra, which is that area of the body through here, the core. It's also our gut instinct area where we start listening to ourselves and we hear messages from the higher realms and we understand the workings of the universe and we take on board the ideas that come to us through synchronistic ways or through dream time in particular or through psychic ways. So the 3 of Wands can also be about expansion and to do with our careers. Now, this one here, the 8 of Wands, can be as well, and it can be fast movement, so something swiftly taking shape. So in real terms, you have got 4 Wands cards because we've also got the Queen here, who, as I said, 5 Wand cards. Blimey, I didn't even see that. So you've got 5 Wands cards, and the Wands are traditionally known to represent our careers or our creative zone. So Aries, you're firing up, and remember too, this is the fire sign energy field, and you guys are fire sign. So something about you is firing up in this month of July. You're getting a universal boot, like a reboot, an energy field, an ideas field, a concept. This 4 of Wands is the harmony card. It's one of the cards that people love to see. It's happy homes, it's bliss, it can be attending happy events, so sometimes a wedding, an engagement, it can be like the birth of a baby, going to social outings that are harmonious, it can be shifting house and moving. But it's the only one that's really talking to me in here about moving. So for some of you, it could represent a holiday, going on a holiday somewhere and having a wonderful time. But these ones up here, these 2 that I haven't really touched on, the 8 of Wands and the 3 of Wands, she's expansion and looking into how we might expand our career. We might be thinking of going global. We might be thinking of new ideas and constructs and concepts around our career. And the 8 can also be travel. It can be air travel. It can represent things very swiftly happening. It can also sometimes represent new romance coming in, and sometimes very quickly. So the 8 and the 4 may go hand in hand in a way in terms of potential relationship energies that it's talking about. Both of them are positive. They exude happiness, they exude action, change, events, and things like that. So a lot that we could talk about in here. It's a very talkative bunch of cards, and I think you should feel quite fired up with the amount that's come out here that seems to be really, really positive. So there's no doubt that in terms of fire energy, you're being backed by the universe. There is fire in the air for you guys. And I love a lot of the cards that you received, the aces in particular, and some of the greens that have come through, meaning your heart could be really involved in this. You might be quite passionate about something that you are doing as well. So let's take a quick look at this deck for Aries for July for 2021. See what other messages are in here for you guys. Oh wow, caring connections, and I just mentioned that briefly a little bit and said that there is potential new relationships sometimes with this 8 of Wands, but the 4 of Wands in many ways represents the caring connections as well, because this is a card of harmony, balance, love, trust, respect, for yourself, for within relationships that you have, home life, happy home life. So there's people around you, or there's support and nurture for you as well. Some of you may definitely receive a new love interest possibly, or even the potential pairing up for things like business relationships, which can also be the reference behind this card. It could be that a new soulmate comes into your life. For some of you who are activated in this light energy area, you may receive the energy field of like a twin flame scenario. Now, twin flames are very convoluted. They're not necessarily about the here and now and the physicality of life, but they're very, very much about the spiritual antithesis and the activation of light energy, and having the soul be taken to places of high bliss and union, if you like. So some of you may experience that as well at this point in time, and sometimes it is with a physical person on the planet, but sometimes it is with a spiritual energy that comes in, which could be considered your higher self or your other half, if you like. It is a bit convoluted. It needs to be a whole separate video about that topic matter, but there's a lot going on in here that is really light filled, that is positive, energetic, supportive. We have the daughter spirit, which I was just talking about, that's what this caring connections could lead to for some of you. And we have the angel of balance as well. So bringing balance into situations, especially if some of them are a bit full on in terms of all that sword energy, and if you've got all these ideas and concepts and fire action going in the background, you could become overheated. Literally, you could become boom, 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 I don't know where to go. I've got all this ideas and I've got all this stuff I want done. So it might be about calming it down and bringing some balance in for yourself as well. There's one more that's jumped out, the thinking man. We've already seen the thinking man through all of those sword cards that arrived. He does have that beautiful crystal in his hand, which is often an activator, and I happen to have this fantastic manifesting crystal here, so I'll put that on that card, which will help to activate manifestation for you, and even if it's manifestation through the mind. Now, there were a few jumpers straight out of the deck there. This one is beautiful. I love birds. They're a very favorite thing for me, but this is from the throat chakra, and it's called self-expression. Vocalization, individuality, inner voice, and assertiveness. And I really do feel you guys are going to be harnessing this energy in July. This does seem a lot about you, about your quest going forward, your activation of energy, your passion and fire, and perhaps we could say assertiveness and vocalization. So if you are lacking the ability to do that, or you want more of it, then bring this energy field in and focus on the throat chakra and focus on being heard and speaking up and presenting your ideas, especially if it's around things like you're wanting a job promotion, or you're seeking a new job, or you're wanting to make some changes in your life, even in terms of your friends or within a family circle. You also got the emotions card, which is talking about feelings, expression, moods, and balance. Now, where did we see balance? The angel of balance. So if you're needing to bring balance in, especially around emotions, so there could be something that is highly emotional that's working through this background energy field, and it might be that it's firing you up quite literally and helping you to bring self-expression to the fore. And this could be very creative, but if it's a bit testy, and if it's touching areas of potential tenderness, or something that other people might think, oh, you shouldn't be opening up that, or you shouldn't be talking about that, you may need to bring balance into your discussions or into your emotions surrounding some of these ideas, or talking or negotiating, or even whether it's wanting remedial work done on something, such as utilizing a middle person to do the talk and the negotiation. Whether you've been trying to bring harmony or balance into something within a family line or within a workplace, it might be that you could benefit through some of these aspects as well. So remember balance, and remember emotions that fuel us at the wrong and right time, but that we have the right for self-expression. We have the right to vocalize what we want to say and what we want others to hear us say. We also have to listen to some of that as well. We have to listen to other people and what they would like to say. Also, our inner voice, it tells us a lot, and I said that before with the yellow card about listening to our gut instinct. So a lot of messages in here for you guys. I'm sure it is going to be a very, very busy month ahead, and I do feel this will pop up from whenever you start watching the video, which is the middle of June, and it will continue through and take you even further afield than just into July. So thank you all for watching. I wish you all the very best of a very exciting month ahead in July, with lots of action and maybe even some ability to regain some power, or to stand true in who you are and what you want, and to have people, to sort some things out and to move forward in your light as you would like to. And I think there is a lot of passion behind it as well, Aries. So much love to you all. Thank you for liking the video, leaving your messages, subbing the channel, and much love. Namaste.